Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from FBE Capital. They did a really good job on tall versus fat hypocrisy in modern dating. It's actually a really good video, so let's get to it. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get to the chow. It's chow time.
Can we just stop commenting on women's bodies?
Dangerous
even do.
stereotypical view of beauty.
To comment on a woman's weight.
Going into eating disorders.
Disgusting. We have men sitting there going, well, yeah, you have to be this way, you have to look that way, otherwise, you're not worthy enough.
It's funny that so many women say that. Oh, you have to look this way, guys. So you have to. I don't hear any guys ever really saying any of these things that you're talking about.
You are less than 6 feet. Do not come near me.
So I don't like short guys.
Because I don't like them.
Yeah, if you're short, you got a tiny 6'5", at least. It's kind of gross.
I went on several dates with him. I could not touch.
Shorter than you.
Oh, no.
If he's this tall.
I would pick him up and I'd put him up on the wall and I would do that.
Like,
are you hating on short men?
Yeah, it was kind of mean. It was like a derogatory stance, I guess you could say.
How tall?
Like,
It was a derogatory stance, as you could say. Bitch.
At least 6'4".
6'5".
6'6", 6'5", and above.
Gotta be like 6'5".
Did you date a shorter guy?
A short guy? Shorter than me?
Yeah.
How rich is he?
Oh boy, the crazy, inconsistent, hypocritical madness of entitlement nonsense that we are currently living in really knows no limits, now does it? Because if you were to ask any of these women who love to make fun of a guy's height, how fat they are, or more precisely, how much they actually weigh, then they are insulted beyond belief.
Just say, yeah, how tall are you? How tall are you? What are you saying?
So how much you weigh? So how much you weigh? But how much you
Got
weigh?
him.
But what's even more insane is that even though they love to blame men for their body image issues, it's actually women themselves who criticize other women far more.
Get us in our heads worrying if we look like the models, though. Ideal body.
It's women.
It's other women.
Yes, I agree, it is women. We've been saying this all along. Now with that said, let's move on to the insanity of demanding men to be at least 6'4" or even 6'7", since this all starts with women failing to understand even their own height.
This is correct.
5 boots.
How tall are you?
5 boots.
All right.
And if you are not 6'2", you are not for me.
Damn. How
That's a whole 14 goddamn inches. These fucking short women are shortening us men. You guys, I hope you guys know this. Like, the global height of men has been shrinking because a lot of tall men have been getting with a lot of short women like this and producing shorter offsprings than themselves. This is what women want. They want your genes to get their genes up to a higher level. And they're ruining your gene pool to do it. And you're falling for it, men. You're fucking falling for it. Would you love... If you were 6'2", would you love for your son to be 5'7"? Because your wife is 5'5" and they met in between? Wouldn't that suck for your son to have a 6'2" dad and look at myself at being 6'2"? I mean 5'7"? Yeah, that fucking sucks.
short is too short in a guy?
Truly your height. You are almost the same height. You are almost the same height.
How tall are you?
5'8",
This one.
5'8"? Okay. How tall do you think I am?
5'6", 5'6".
I'm like 5'10". Is that tall enough?
No, that's too short. No, that's too short.
Jesus Christ, man. At this point, you start to think that this can't possibly be real, right? Because even if you give her a few extra inches for that excellent form that she's holding, then she's still not even close to being taller than this dude. However, these other two are truly excellent specimens of the upside down world we live in, since they are basically breaking their necks just to look up to those guys, and they still claim that these guys are too short. But wait, it gets much, much worse. Because let me introduce you to the fiance from hell.
I believe a guy should not expect anything.
But a girl should?
Yes. If you're a guy, you can't sit there and pick and choose what you want. You know what I mean? A girl
Disrespect
has to decide
right
for
in
you.
front of him.
Wow, I just can't wait to marry this girl. Jesus Christ. Please drop a like on the video if you think it's near impossible to find any suitable girl to marry these days.
I'm nice and I'm pretty cute and I wear minimal clothing to the club.
Minimal clothing.
And comment down below what you think. So this guy right here is her actual fiance. Now listen.
Dude, that guy's a cuck, man. Like, not a cuck, but this is not her first choice. That guy is not her first choice. He doesn't have the height requirement that she wanted. And you can kind of tell he's kind of, like, not in the same class as she is. She's wearing, like, a blazer and shit. And he's wearing a regular tee.
Listen to what she says about her dating standards.
What do you guys think about height? Like height on a guy, how important is it?
Very important. 6'2" and above if it's a guy. That's
Hey,
my
how you
fiance,
doing?
yes.
We're doing YouTube. Yeah, you liar.
Yep, she's a big fat liar. She was so confident in saying that guys have to be at least 6'2" to get with her, but then it turns out she can't get any of these guys to marry
Correct.
her. But wait, there's more.
What if a girl puts no short guys on her dating profile? Is that wrong or?
That's a must.
Looks. You
That's
might
a
as well
must.
put everything that you're wanting.
So you guys don't have a problem if a guy on his dating profile says skinny girls only or like no fatties? You think there's something wrong with it?
Absolutely everything is wrong with it. That guy needs some mental help. He's narcissistic.
Oh really? So the guy needs mental help? No. The only person who needs mental help is the hypocritical, pathological liar that can't keep her story straight for more than 2 seconds, thinking she's a queen and that all men are her servants.
I believe a guy should not expect anything.
Come on, man. At this point, all I have to say to her fiance is if you're not breaking up your engagement right now,
Seriously.
after hearing all of that, then you
Dude, the disrespect that she's doing right in front of the man. Like, telling him that he doesn't deserve to want anything. He doesn't, like, they can't say anything or can't have any preferences. Like,
You are
fuck
beyond
outta here.
saving, my man. Anyways, at this point, it's pretty clear that all of this 6-foot nonsense goes way beyond just wanting a guy that's clearly much taller than they are, but that it's simply about a bunch of sheep
agree.
regurgitating that 6-foot nonsense because they hear other women say it.
Okay.
yeah, for the 5 foot and under 5 foot girls asking for 6 foot men, it has to be through social media. This is why it is, because there's no way for them to, like, logically want taller men that are that much taller than them. That's
What's
ridiculous.
the ideal height, you think?
6'9".
6'9". Okay.
Oh boy. And this insanity starts going parabolic when you point out that rejecting someone based on a physical requirement, such as height,
Okay, you funny and all, but like, you a midget. I can't do it.
Sorry, baby. It's the height, but we could be friends.
is exactly the same as rejecting someone based on another physical requirement, such as weight.
I'm sure it's because I'm overweight that he didn't want to go.
It's not the same.
How is that not the same?
Not the same.
Right? And then he.
It's the same.
Why not?
It's just normal.
The guy says only
It's just
skinny
normal.
girls. Is that acceptable?
No.
What if a girl says only tall guys?
I get where this is coming from because it's like both physical features.
Only 5'9" or above.
I know, which is not fair. I know.
No, you don't
she
know.
doesn't know. You
You
can
don't
literally
know.
see the wheels in her head spinning, trying to defeat the logic that's being poured into
Oh,
her,
that's
as
exactly
if
what
she's
they
fighting
do.
off some kind of virus.
It is literally exactly what he said. The wheels churning in their head to somehow defeat this logic in some way. And sometimes they think, oh, they point out men's thing. Oh, that defeated the purpose or defeated the logic, but it doesn't defeat anything.
But I think for girls, like they're more self-conscious about like weight, so you don't want to like fully out.
self-conscious about
I'm sure they are, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You shut
I know.
up.
I know. I don't know.
No, because we are literally talking about two physical parameters of the human body. One you are born with that is hard-coded in your DNA, and the other you have full control over.
Correct.
Now I can already hear the diehard feminists go, what about PCOS and thyroid issues and genetics? Not everybody can help their weight.
I've gained a lot of weight over the past 2 years, which my doctor said is likely because of PCOS.
And yes, that is all very valid bull. Because if you look at the numbers, then according to the CDC, only 6 to 12% of American women actually have PCOS. And according to the NHS, only 1 in 10 women have PCOS in the UK. So how the hell does 6 to 12% and 10% weigh up to the 100% of men that are short because of their DNA? It doesn't. And it just proves once again how women love to make every situation about how incredibly hard it is to be a woman and that they are the only ones with struggles in life.
As women, we are
Struggle
under
culture.
a constant barrage from Hollywood, media.
Right, because all the men in those magazines and movies look like absolute garbage, right?
Yep.
She's pretending as if there are no high physical standards for men in movies, media, and entertainment. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just classic victimhood mentality, where you turn every possible discussion into a situation where somehow you are the victim and the whole world is against you and your life is so incredibly hard.
Every desirable woman you see pretty much on the cover of a men's magazine or a women's magazine or in any movie is a woman who's like a size 0.
See this size 0
Lies.
nonsense? They always love to use these extreme cases as if there's no healthy options between morbidly obese and size 0. And in addition to this, they also pretend as if there's no constant promotion of plus size and fat bodies in mainstream media.
Yep.
Look at Adele, Kim Kardashian, Lizzo, Beyonce, Kylie Jenner, and
I mean, at least 4 of those bodies look pretty appetizing, except for, one of them.
the list just goes on and on and on. So at what point are there enough celebrity covers, movies, and ad campaigns to stop this massive lie that only size 0 women are celebrated in media? Because it's simply not true. And it once again proves that women love to make up their own facts to win the argument.
Yep.
However, when you force them to stick to the actual facts and be consistent across all cases, then all of a sudden they start to get that allowing rejection based on height but not on weight is complete hypocrisy.
Is it wrong for a girl to put on her Tinder bio no short guys?
I think every girl has a checklist in their head, and if that's on her checklist, I like transparency.
What if a guy says skinny girls only or no fatties on his
Totally
Tinder?
double standard. It's totally double standard. You're right. Yeah, fair enough. I think girls are wrong for that.
Now on the one hand, I'm glad she finally saw a reason, as one of the very few. However, it amazes me how you have to go into detail explaining this concept and slow walk them through the process as if men and women are being taught different.
I actually do this quite a bit with like women in real life. Because tell you the truth, I don't give a fuck about a lot of the women I meet, so I'll just tell them straight up.
Physics. It's literally as if they are hearing this for the very first time.
You know, people gained weight like throughout their whole entire life, and like sometimes you can't control it. So like,
which one's more under?
I mean, I don't, y'all.
I can't control it, but I can't control my height. That is literally it. Once I hit my peak height, I start shrinking after that. That's what everybody does. So
Now, it's important to note here that I'm not for restricting speech. I believe that you're allowed to say whatever you want and reject people for whatever reason you see fit. If you prefer skinny girls over fat girls, that's perfectly fine. And if you want tall guys over short guys, that's fine too. Date whoever you like. However, what I do have a problem with is when you start restricting the debate, saying that you can reject guys based on their height, but you can't reject women based on their weight. That is completely ridiculous. And in addition to this, if you are indeed going to be very picky about who you're dating, then there must be a good reason to date you as well. And ironically, women love to say this all the time, but they don't seem to get that it actually applies to them as well.
People can't be too picky. It's the bottom line. 6 foot and above. I'm sorry, NBA players, that's just how it goes. But then you limit your options, and you're probably not attractive enough to have those standards, is all I'm saying. No, I agree with her, 110%.
Oh, the irony. She says that she agrees with her friend 100%, but she doesn't even realize that her friend just basically called her delusional.
Pretty much.
I mean, to use their own words, she's very clearly not attractive enough to limit her options to NBA players only.
Yep.
Now, the bigger issue here is that women love talking about height requirements all day and belittle short guys, but as soon as a guy says, hey, maybe you should work out a little bit more, then the outrage comes out.
I've never
Shout out
really
to David
dated
Goggins.
Girls, I guess, as big as Elizabeth in the past.
What the?
Maybe I'll get her running in the mornings or something. We'd be drag her out of bed. I don't know, but she'll be right. We'll get her going. She'll be fine.
Oh, the outrage. They simply can't believe he just said that, even though he actually said it quite nicely. So you see, this is exactly what I have a problem with, which is this lopsided outrage that allows women to freely body shame men, while at the same time saying that men need to stop body shaming women. I want to address all the guys who are indeed short. Because even though I'm 6'2" myself, I get so incredibly pissed off by this ridiculous behavior of women openly mocking short men for something that's 100% out of their control. However, when women are fat or morbidly obese themselves, they will cling to any possible excuse to explain why they're simply too lazy to work out or eat healthy. But it actually goes much deeper than this, because we hear all the time about how women have it so hard when it comes to their bodies, having to deal with anorexia and bulimia, but you almost never hear about the millions of men that feel inadequate because they are not 6 foot and above, which is leading to the very dangerous practice of leg extension surgery.
Sometimes I would catch myself looking at people, and in my head I was comparing my height. It makes you feel a bit, first self-conscious, but it makes you feel a bit nervous. You're like, what if I was taller? What if this, what if that?
I used to think about this when I was younger. As I got older.
So guys, please, never ever consider this very painful and dangerous procedure that is more likely to ruin your life than improve it.
Along with the expenses, there are risks. With any surgery, complications could occur. Dr. Gdalevich warns of one of the most serious, a blood clot that could move from the legs to the lungs.
And when that happens, it's called a pulmonary embolism.
Yeah.
And that can be life-threatening.
Post-surgery, serious infection in the bone can occur, yet it is rare. Other risks.
Oh my God, like I'm getting anxiety just hearing about this and seeing this right now. Oh my God.
Include loss of feeling in the lower leg, as well as nerve damage and chronic pain after surgery.
So guys, if you are indeed short, own it and use other skills and traits to dominate life and start building yourself in the best possible version. When you start saying that you can reject guys based on their height, but you can't reject women based on their weight, it is ridiculous, because you either need to allow both or you need to ban both. But that's never gonna happen now, is it? Since even though women claim to want true equality, what they actually want are more privileges.
Yep.
We are living in a society that constantly wants to paint women as these delicate little flowers that must be protected whenever it suits them. However, when it doesn't suit them, then they want to scream how incredibly strong and independent women are and that they want to be treated the same. Well then, if women truly want to be treated the same and use terms like small energy and short guy energy, then they should have no problem with the term fat girl energy.
Short man energy.
The big pussy energy.
Wait, whoa, hold on. What did you just say? You know what? I'll let it slide as long as you're okay with fat girl energy.
This was the tall versus fat hypocrisy in modern dating. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.
You know, that was some really good chow. There's disadvantages of being tall too that no one talks about. And my friend that is 6'2", every time I tell him, lucky tall ass motherfucker, and he's just like, you know, I wish I was short like you. You know, I was just like, really, dude? And he was like, what? What's the advantages of being tall? And I'm just like, I give him all the advantages. Like, well, but I die sooner. And I'm just like, so you die like 7 years sooner, but you have the highest percentage of success, because tall people have a high percentage of success. You have the highest percentage of women because women like tall people. You know, like there's so many good things with height that I think it over trumps the 7 years worth of death or 10 years dying earlier because of gravity. But I could be wrong. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.